you started the channel at a time when Arsenal were going through a bit of a transition. There was a bit of, is it fair to say, a bit of negativity from the fan base at the club? There was a bit of a trophy drought going on.
Yeah.
Do you think that helped the growth of the channel? Because at the time, certainly my early memories of watching Arsenal Fan TV was a lot of people ranting and raving. What are your thoughts on that?
Do you know what? It's a really hard thing to really quantify, really, because, like, what if I look on it and say, had we been going through a period like what Man City were going through now, there'd still be loads of people on there. You know, they wouldn't be probably ranting, but it still would have aided the growth.
Do you think it'd
it
still
would have
be
been great
successful
time.
if Arsenal won a treble or whatever? That you still think it would be as successful?
100%, because we would still, you know, you'd be in the spotlight.
You'd just get less viral moments, wouldn't you? So,
Yeah.
well, I mean, I'm a Southampton fan for all my sins.
He mentions that every pod.
I know. Big shout out.
Go on.
But if Arsenal lose 3-0, I'm going straight on Arsenal Fan TV to watch just to watch everyone, all the meltdowns and the shouting and the ranting and stuff. I do actually keep an eye on Arsenal Fan TV now, only because I've known you for many years, and I'd like to see what you're up to. But other than that, I wouldn't, as a Southampton fan, watch Arsenal Fan TV because I don't care if Arsenal draw 1-1 with Villa.
Yeah.
But so I would tune in as a Southampton fan just for that reason. So I guess it would, and I guess many others would. So you get those initial viral moments which really kind of put a rocket under it, but they don't mean anything in the long term, because when you start doing well, like you did last season, people switch off that aren't Arsenal fans and go, well, I don't really want to see loads of happy Arsenal fans, especially Spurs fans. So they're going to switch off. But I bet all the Spurs fans were on it when you're losing.
Yeah, I guess, you know, you have a lot of opposition fans on it when you're losing, but then some of our biggest numbers that we've ever had were last season when we were winning. And, you know, when the biggest, I think the most we've ever had for like a single game is when we won the FA Cup final. That was the most numbers we ever had for a single game across all of our videos. Last season, we had, you know, crazy numbers because Arsenal were doing so well. Yeah. But we often get like, almost like criticised, or almost like I get a lot of media people coming to me and sort of like implying like, oh, but you hope you lose, and which is an absolute load of rubbish. And the same media guys know that they get spikes for unexpected results. So that's why you'll have match of the day. You know, when Man United got pumped by Brighton last season, that's on the first game on match of the day. It wouldn't have been the first game on match of the day if they had won 5-0. You know what I mean? So it's just a natural reaction from fans. But if you're going to have a big channel and a big consistent channel, right, it's all about making great content. And, you know, that's what I focus upon. I mean, I've got no influence on the results, unfortunately.
You're quite powerful, but Don Robbie, when he starts influencing results.
If I could influence those, that'd be great. You know, we would have won the league last season. But, so it was a real strange time as well, because, you know, to see, it was an uncomfortable time sometimes for me, because I was a massive Arsene Wenger fan. And to sort of see, sometimes you're interviewing fans and having a pop at him, especially earlier on, inside me I'm thinking, oh man, you know what this guy's done for this club and stuff like that. But if you're a platform and you're allowing fans to have their honest opinions, and, you know, you've just gone to Chelsea and lost 6-0, like, remember that time on his 1000th game, you're not going to get nobody talking very complimentary about it. But you know what I mean?
In that moment, though, you just said that you're a massive Arsene Wenger fan, you remembered all the glory years. There were some really strong opinions anti-Arsene Wenger on your channels that, as Stu alluded to, went viral all the time. Yeah. You're the one envisioned standing there with a microphone. I know that you've gone on to meet Arsene Wenger since then. Yeah. How are you feeling in that moment? And how are you balancing that, Robbie the Arsenal fan, but Robbie the content creator?
Because what I tried to do always was try and put a balance in the questions that I asked. Right. So if somebody said to me, right, I want Arsene Wenger out of Arsenal, I'd ask them why. And why do you want him to go? And then they give their, and I question them. I wouldn't just let people just, you know, I always try to question it. Obviously, it gets more difficult, as I said, if you've just been beaten 6-0 away at Chelsea. It's difficult because even in your side, inside yourself, you're thinking, bloody, he's spot on, to be honest, with a lot of the things he's saying. But I always try to stay neutral. I always try to question people. on both counts. You know what I mean? If somebody came in and said, you know, that they feel Arsene Wenger's a legend and that he, you know, nobody should be having a pop at him, I'd be questioning him as well and say, well, hold on, you know, we've just been beaten here, and, you know, do you think he's on the decline? You know what I mean? So it's just trying to balance it, but it does get tough sometimes when you get starting to get a string of poor results. You know what I mean? It's not taking the mick, but you know, as a Tottenham fan, like over the past couple of seasons,
that's the only cup that he's ever had.
All right, come on, what's your?
But you know, the point I'm trying to make is you've had big managers come in, and at the start, everybody's been positive about that manager, right? And then when it's gone wrong, actually, you start to see as it's starting to gradually go wrong. You know, fans start to turn. There will have to be some at first.
That's
pretty
natural
vocal.
in football, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know, with Arsenal, it's exactly the same thing. It's just that we were there, right there at the front, on the front line, reporting on it. You know, so
how do you feel when? Sorry, Stu, I just want to pick up on your question. When Stu says, as a Southampton fan, who's got no interest in Arsenal at all, he'd go on to Arsenal Fan TV for the meltdowns more so than he would for the positives. Do you look at that and go, great, I'm engaging an audience wider than Arsenal? Does that frustrate you that Tottenham, Chelsea, Southampton fans, rival fans are enjoying the meltdowns that are on Arsenal?
There's nothing you can do about it, innit? It's just football is natural, right. You know what I mean? A Portsmouth fan will be going on to Southampton forums now and having a laugh as well. It's just, I mean, you just got to, sometimes you've got to embrace it and just say it's football, right? If Tottenham lose, I'm going to go on and look, it's Tottenham channels, or I'm going to go and look at Tottenham. I might even, you know, there might be a Tottenham game on and Tottenham are winning like 3-0 and I'm like, oh, fuck this, man. I'm going to go watch something else, right? Whereas if I turn on and they're a goal down, I'm like, oh, hold on. I mean, it's just, it's football.
That's football.
You've got to embrace football for what football is. The tribalism in football, you've got to embrace it for what it is. You can't then go on and start pretending. That's the worst thing you can do. Where you're going to start going on now and saying to yourself, right, I know Tottenham fans might take the mick out of this and this might, so what we're going to do is try and pretend like that didn't happen. That's when you're compromising your content, because you just want to be honest with what you do. And I always say to people, we're AFTV, we're not North Korea fan TV, you know what I mean? We're going to tell it as it is, you know? And unfortunately, you are going to get times where, towards the end of last year, we was having a brilliant season last year. It was all brilliant, positivity, and then right at the end, when, you know, we sort of threw it away and we ended up losing the title, I knew it was coming, man. I got so much stick
Did you? Go on.
Personally off of other fans. Oh, gosh, man. I mean, fans ringing me. I had fans driving past me every day, the amount of banter from Tottenham fans and Chelsea fans, and you bottled it. And I just take it. You got to take it on the chin, because I know he's coming, and I would do it if it was.
You do give it as well.
I will give it. Yeah, I mean, you got to just embrace it. You don't look on it and say to yourself, "Oh, I'm worried because, you know, well, you know, you want your club to do well, but it's football."
But it is. That's what you say. It's football, and like, I don't know, if you look at American sports, I've spent quite a bit of time over in America over the years, and when they're watching American football, and they'll pick a team, they have their team to support, and then some, like, I know, Green Bay Packers will be playing, and they'll start supporting them and go, oh, we want them to win. It's like, how can you do that? You have one club, that's it, one club, you like that club, and you want everyone else to do badly. It's simple as that. But I think the most entertaining, one of the reasons that I did head over to Arsenal Fan TV when things were going bad, and I actually really respect Arsenal as a football club, and actually wanted you to win the league last year. I thought it would be good, but the characters you've had over the years and how they react when you're losing made it even more entertaining.